can give me a clap, a nice hard clap. Go for it.
So, Lebogang, we've been having a conversation around women abuse, and you just come to the realization that not a lot of women know what abuse is, that there are women who are in abusive relationships and they do not know. How can we define abuse?
I would say abuse is when, as a woman or as a person, you feel that you're not in a relationship or a space where you can speak out, where you can have a voice and be able to have an opinion or be able to be yourself and have your own sort of way of life within the relationship aside from just the relationship. So basically having your individual self come out, that's a problem when you don't have that.
But also a lot of people think just because you're in a relationship, your partner has consent over everything, like sex and other things, financial consent. They can use your money without this financial abuse, or they can sleep with you without you agreeing.
Yeah, that's definitely a misconception, and unfortunately, a lot of women don't understand or don't even know that you can say no, especially when it comes to sex. You're not always going to be in a position to want to have sex, and that's okay. For that day, it's okay to say, not today, tomorrow maybe, and you should be allowed to have that space.
And also, we should speak to women who are in relationships because they benefit financially and are afraid of exiting those relationships that are abusive.
Yeah, we have a high rate of unemployment and people who have to depend on others for finances or for a home or, for food. And as a result, as human beings, you'll always choose your basic need first and figure anything else that comes afterwards is not a big deal, because at least if you have food, and sometimes you put your life at risk in a relationship that is not safe because you want to feed yourself, the kids, and be taken care of. And that's unfortunate, and that's why we are actually working with a bigger battle in the country, because these are just symptoms of other issues that we also need our government to sort of tackle, because if we don't also have security, financial or food security, or even organizations that can support such people, then it does put a lot of women and children at risk.
But I also think government should move away from just commenting on the issue and look for more strategic ways. Like if the government focus on building homes for women and safe shelters, that they are away from the perpetrators and the abusers, that would be great.
Oh, definitely. I totally agree. And this is why we just need to work more on this engagement and continue with the struggle, basically, because it's so many conversations that need to be held. And we need to also work with the government to make it happen, as well as communities.
I think we can have these conversations, but it's also important for men to realize that they need to stop abusing women. They need to stop having sexual interactions with women that don't give them consent. But we can have all these conversations and strategies on how to help women exit abusive relationships. But also it is important for men to know that abuse is wrong, it's a crime, it's against humanity, and it's a violence against women.